We cannot hear you.
I had a presentation I'd like to show.
Sure.
Yeah, you have to allow me in the settings, room settings in Zoom to see my screen. I still cannot share my screen.
Are you doing demonstration of the?
More in the I have to. Yeah, I'm trying to. It says the organizer is turned off.
I have the presentation actually. Maybe I can do it for you if you.
Yes, please. That'll also work.
Okay, I just.
It's a blue one. Natural social distancing.
Oh yes.
The title
yesterday,
could be Olympiad, something.
So pretty much, we wanted to do an hour long, but I don't think there's a need to do an hour long because it's a pretty small crowd. I think it would be great to learn about what you guys do at the Kazakh tourism and about the tourism potential of Kazakhstan, maybe touch upon some current important policies in tourism that are being implemented or planned, something like this. Because, yeah, all right, yeah, I opened it, it's a blue one.
Yeah. Could you share the screen, please?
Sure.
So that participant could see it. I'll just do a short introduction of myself. My name is Talgat Amanbayev. I'm a managing director at Kazakh Tourism National Tourism Board. Dear participants, colleagues, friends, it is my pleasure to welcome you all today for the International Economic Olympiad being held in Kazakhstan. And I'd like to, on behalf of our company, to express our thanks to Altany International Financial Center for providing such an event. So this short presentation is about how we in Kazakh Tourism are shifting our marketing campaign concerning COVID, post-COVID issues, and then hence the title, Natural Social Distancing. And if you could switch the slides for me, please, for the second slide. Okay, so Kazakhstan is a unique destination along the Great Silk Road. Great Silk Road starts from China, across Central Asia, and goes through to Middle East. Such places that you can see on the presentation, such as Taraz, and Sayram, and Yassi, and Otrar, are all part of the ancient Great Silk Road. For more than 2,000 years, all old cities of southern part of Kazakhstan were a major step and part of the Great Silk Road. Now we're trying to rebuild this historic heritage that we have and accept tourists for visits. On the next slide, I'd like to tell you more about our apples. If you could switch to the next slide, please. Okay, so we have, yes, this works fine. We have different sub-brands. Kazakhstan is 9th largest country in the world territory-wise, and we have 4 different climate zones, and we have different time zones within the same country. So to host tourists, we're separating our tourism into different sub-brands. One of them is the one in yellow at the bottom was a camel, is the Silk Road and Tulip Path. The other one is Homeland of Apples. Then we have the Altai, which is also known as Cradle of the Civilization. It's one of the officially historically proven places where civilizations was originating human civilization. Then we have the Caspian Gates and also the Sararka. So this diversity to have let's see whether they seek entertainment in the cities, or whether they want to travel ecotourism, or they want to go see the nature, or they want to go do shopping, or they want to see the historical heritage that we have. Next slide, please. And also, Kazakhstan is the first and largest spaceport in the world. The spaceport is called Baikonur. It's one of our tourist locations as well. We see a lot of increase from the Asian tourists visiting this area. We have 15 launch complexes of 9 different types. And actually, we're going to have launch in October 14th. And we have a lot of tourists coming in to come and film it and see it. It is, I believe, the only spaceport in the world right now that allows tourists to come and visit the actual launch of a rocket. There is also a museum located there where you can go and see the factory where the space parts are being built, and you can also discover some of the Soviet and post-Soviet space history in Kazakhstan. This is the first place where the first successful flight to space was launched from Earth. All right, can we go to the next slide, please? Also, Kazakhstan is known for its nomadic culture and people. The nomadic culture is universal. Kazakhstan is on the path of the world's civilization while remaining faithful to its roots and traditions. What we'd like to say is that it's not like in Mongolia where you could see everyday people living in yurts, but we do have a lot of the nomadic culture integrated in our lives. It is holidays that we celebrate. It is also the different types of events that we have, and the cultural and family traditions. So we're closely tied in with the nomadic culture. Also, last year and the year before, we were having an event where we would host 9 different countries and have nomadic games here in Nur-Sultan, in the capital, to showcase different achievements. Next slide, please. Could you go next slide, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. So because of the diversity that we had with our tourism product, we split this into, no, actually go back to 4E slide. The one with 4 E's. So one more. Yes, thank you. So we call this concept 4E, standing for ecotourism, entertainment tourism, ethnotourism, and events tourism. So this is different in a sense that event is what we call meetings, incentives, which we have plenty of within the capital in Almaty and Shymkent, our 3 biggest cities. For example, in 2017, Astana Expo, we also hosted Asian Winter Games. We had PATA, Pacific Asia Tourism Association. We have Astana Economic Forum, things like that. For ecotourism, it is climbing, hiking, rafting, paraplanning, national parks. Within Almaty, in a radius of 300 kilometers, we have 5 national parks located, which provide awesome eco-entertainment for the tourists. For the entertainment itself, we have resorts and spa. One of them that is just built on the Caspian Sea, Rixis Waterworld Aktau. It's the first all-inclusive 5-star hotel in Kazakhstan. We also have casino locations near Almaty and Kapchigai, and also in Baravoye near Nur-Sultan. We have world-class shopping with tax-free zone in Almaty, Isentai Mall, which provides big brands, and the prices are cheaper than, for example, in Moscow or Japan. We have ethno-tourism. It's historical and cultural monuments, a lot of ethno villages and festivals being held year-round. Next slide, please. So to develop 4E concept, we have been thinking thoroughly, how do we bring tourists to world-class level experience? So we decided to focus on top 10 locations, what we call top 10 tourist locations, which are ready to accept a lot of tourists and provide them best service that they would expect from a travel experience. And here are listed the top 10. You might recognize some of them or you might not, but Baikonur in the left bottom corner is the spaceport that I was saying. Nur Sultan and also listed as our biggest cities. But we all have Balkhash, Altay, have some national parks, and we have Turkestan, which is famous for its pilgrimage, religious pilgrimage, and cultural monuments. It used to be the capital of Turkic world, very famous within the Turkish people. Could we go to the next slide, please? So the new paradigm that we face post-COVID is what we call Kazakhstan's way. The global challenges posed by COVID-19 pandemic are dictating new code of conduct for destinations. Tourism marketers are defining new approaches to cope with the circumstances and tourist expectations with social distancing. And Kazakhstan has only a 16 million population, which allows us to be called, compared to our 9th largest territory, natural social distancing, where the population is so scarce, you can find places where you would be the only tourist around. So there will be no pandemic spreading. Next slide, please. Like I said, it is 9th largest in the world and 15th least densely populated. With its vast territory and scattered population, abundance of national parks, unique destination where social distancing is something unforced and natural, the natural social distancing is our new concept for this year. In recent years, Kazakhstan has been recognized as an eco-friendly destination and was ranked among the best countries for ecotourism. For example, in 2020, the British Backpacker Society placed Kazakhstan in the top 5 must-visit destinations for adventure travel. According to Gulf News, Big Almaty Lake is listed as one of the most favorite destinations among its readers in UAE. Kazakhstan is also very rich in natural attractions. There are 13 national parks, 10 nature reserves, 6 protected areas, 50 wildlife sanctuaries, and 5 reserve zones, 79 natural monuments. All of this beauty is scattered all over the country. Wherever you go, you'll find incredibly unique nature and solitude. The total area of all specially protected zones occupies about 9% of the country's total area. In comparison, Great Britain would easily fit into this protected territory. Thanks to its vast territory, Kazakhstan boasts incredibly diverse landscapes and climate. If you choose one location, you can still experience all the seasons of the year, from summer at the foot of the mountain to winter in the highlands. These unique tours are offered in southeastern and southern Kazakhstan. For example, in Almaty, there is a tour called 4 Seasons in 4 Days, which is very unique. In 4 days, you will experience temperatures from winter to the hot summer. You could go up high in the mountains the first day, see the snow, wear snow wear, ride skis, and then you go down, you experience the spring, where there will be still little snow, but a lot of also nature and flowers, and it would be chilly but not cold. Then you could go down to Altany Mill, which is a great singing sand dune that we have. It's like a Sahara desert. Awesome place to do some selfies and do drone shooting if you were into this. And then for the 4th day, you can go to Charion Canyon, which is very, very, very fascinating canyon that we have. There's a lot of also places to take selfies and to make some memorable photos. So in 4 days, and you can have 4 different climates within one destination, which is kind of unique. If you could go to the next slide, please. So we have this national website called Kazakhstan.travel. It is available in 7 languages, including English, obviously, Russian, Kazakh, and also French and Korean and Chinese and German languages. And we're adding Arabic language by the end of this year. You will find a lot of articles that are written by marketing specialists on tourism. You can discover things like what to do in Nur Sultan in 72 hours, or best places to do selfies, or how to visit, like the example here, journey to Baikonur Spaceport, things like that. You could also connect to the businesses that provide tours and guides, and you can book your trip. You can find visa information. You can find the pandemic information, how we're coping with it, and what restrictions and regulations are in place. So this is your one source that you can access if you plan to travel in Kazakhstan. But also we have social networks listed below. Our Instagram account. These are videos that won multiple awards. Also, so this was my short demo on tourism potential for Kazakhstan. And if you have any more questions, I'll be more than happy to.
Okay, so I can turn off the. I think you have turned off your microphone, Talgat.
Yeah. Sorry, I turned on my camera though. So you can see
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Definitely some things we haven't heard before. We had some kind of webinar about nature. This time you have touched how to monetize those places actually, so it's great to know. Do you have any questions from the audience, guys? Anyone? Any question about tourism policy or the company or Talgat? Anyone? Sometimes people put it in the chat. Let me. What is Steve is asking?
I have a question, please.
Oh, sure.
I think that there you have divided the tourism in the 4 type of tourism in Kazakhstan, and in the epidemic period. Could you show us the trend after we have a pandemic of COVID? There's some like a drastically drop in tourism, and it's still jump down or now become recovered to increase again. You have some data about that? Or what type of tourism more preferable in Kazakhstan? Thank you.
What type of tourism more
my connection might be connection is here. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Maybe it's better without a camera.
Okay, so I heard. Okay, I heard your question. Thank you, David. And just as far as I understood your question, what type of tourists do we have right now, and what is the plan for tourists after the pandemic is gone? So 2 parts. So for the first part, right now we're seeing drop in international tourists, obviously, because the borders are closed and direct flights are being canceled. But we do see increasing amazing number of local tourists, inner tourists of Kazakhstani traveling within the country. So we're shifting a lot of our marketing campaign to promote domestic tourism right now. And people are discovering new locations and they're experiencing something new within their own homeland, which is a different way to do tourism, but it's still helping us to keep our tour business alive and the revenue going. For the second part, after the pandemic is gone, we're still not sure because the prognosis that we have differs, like different international analytics. They are doing forecasts ranging from autumn 2020 all the way to the March 2022. So we're not sure when the pandemic will be really gone, when we will rebuild our visa and immigration relationships with other neighbors, and when direct flights and borders will open, because we're seeing a lot of international flights canceled every day. So it's very hard to plan ahead, but we are keeping our minds open. I'm pretty sure that the target audience might be changing from what we used to do in the past. We're still keeping our international advertisement in digital present, because digital is comparatively cheap and efficient way to stay online with our tourists, potential tourists. So we're continuing our campaign in Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and in the search engines. But we are cutting on our exhibitions and expositions abroad, because a lot of them are being canceled and or shifted to online format. I'm not sure if this answers your question, David, but this is how I.
Okay, yes, please, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I have a question here in the chat. It says, what is the best season to come to Kazakhstan?
It's a tricky question. It depends what you like. Like if
Yeah.
you come shopping, anytime is good for shopping. If you come for casino and gambling, same goes here. If you want to go see some awesome locations, or you want to visit world-class opera or ballet, or you want to go see mountains. Mountains are open year-round. Our Shimbolak resort is open during summer and during wintertime, but the experiences differ. So
Yes.
it all adds up to what you're after. If you're after some beach resort, then summer is the best time to come. Naturally, that's the best sun you get, the best tan. But if you come for sports or some adventure tourism, we have tour products available in every season. And like I said, it heavily depends also on the location that you pick. For example, in the southern Kazakhstan, we get a lot of sun. So even in December or January, the temperature is pretty warm. You can still come and go jeep tours, or you want to go discover some hiking. It's still manageable. But here in Nur-Sultan, for example, the northern capital that we call, the winters are pretty severe, and unprepared tourists might not really like it. Although we do have a lot of tourists from Russia visiting during the winter in Nur-Sultan. I hope this answers the chat question.
Yeah, I'm sure you have explained from all angles and from all seasons and from what people might like to do. All right, thank you. I think if no more questions, and I don't have any questions on the chat, we can wrap it up, unless anyone else wants to ask a question, because I think you have covered everything in a very good way.
Just to add, can you see my screen right now?
Oh, yes, I can.
This is the website that I mentioned. If you come to Kazakhstan,
Wow.
Can we?
But also, you can go to what to do. Then you have travel by theme, you have tours, you have different events, and you have different publications related to different types of tourism. So if you go travel by theme, let me just open. Oh, my connection is being kind of slow right now. So there you have sports tourism, wellness tourism, rural tourism, religious tourism, gastro for food and tasty stuff. You have space tourism, extreme tourism, which is also good, ecotourism, cultural tourism. So you can discover different types, but also if you want to plan a trip, you have the guides here, you have tour operators, you have tourist attractions that you can discover, read about them. And so this type of content is different from what you would usually find in Wikipedia. So there are different life hacks and advices on what's time to visit and things like that. And like I said, it is available in multiple languages, so you can come and see. But also, if you want to go and discover Kazakhstan, you can see different regions and read about them. For example, the Mangostal that I was mentioning. Yeah, you can come here, and it says some good information. Then you can see the local website of local tourism authority. You can see some videos about it. There is also a photo gallery which is loading, unfortunately slow. Then you have some publications that you can discover, like places like this are really awesome to come and visit any time of the year.
Yeah,
so please discover this website. Please use this, and feel free to take a look at it. We put a lot of effort into making this entertaining and informative. And if you have any feedback on that, there is also a form to send feedback, which comes directly to me. So I can take a look at your feedback anytime.
Okay, I have shared
Please.
the website in the chat for people to follow.
Yeah. There is info on weather as well. So the question that was about seasons, the moment when it opens.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yep.
And
I think it's hung.
that's okay. It's okay. It's good to see the website. Yeah. So people are telling thank you. So thank you for everyone that you have
Thank you very
come
much.
today. Yeah. Thank you very much. Definitely, whenever the borders are
My pleasure.
opening, it would be great to see more people from. I think we have Nepal here. David, where are you from? Could you please remind?
I'm from Indonesia.
Okay,
From
Indonesia,
Indonesia,
and then
yes.
nice. I've been to Bali. It's a great place.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
now maybe many tourists prefer to go to like a nature and don't go to the city or because of the
yeah,
still COVID. Yeah.
yeah, it really definitely changes the landscape everywhere. So really hope that people would come to Kazakhstan one day. It's a really great place. It's very spacious, very different, diverse. One region is very different from another region. So, and also culture-wise, people from the south are different than from the north, and vice versa. So it's a good place to explore. Also good place to explore if you come to visit other Central Asian countries or CIS countries. So it's good, and I'm happy that Talgat has shared the website with us. I think we can wrap it up. Thank you everyone, and hope to see. Yeah, for the participants will still be with us until Sunday, and for Talgat, thank you. Have a good rest of the day, and as well as a good weekend. Yeah.
All right, thanks. It
Yeah.
was my pleasure. Thanks for
Yeah.
having me and inviting me. Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank you.